Hello everybody, how's it going? It's kind of hot over here. I don't know if you can probably see me sweating right now, but I'm holding 3 fragrances in my hand, okay? I got Spicebomb Extreme by Victor and Rolf, 1899 Hemingway by Histoire de Parfums, and Rehab by Initio. So this is kind of like a versus kind of video. But let me start by saying that these all go the same direction. Do they smell exactly the same? Not exactly the same, but there is like that huge similarity where you're like, okay, like if you've smelled Spicebomb Extreme before and then you smell Rehab, you're like, okay, I get the inspiration. I've smelled that for sure. So all go the same direction. But to me, these are like, if you've watched Pokemon, you know how there's like the Pokemon evolve? Like there's Squirtle, and then I don't know what he is after he's Squirtle, and then there's the damn, I don't even know what his final evolution is called, but it's like the big turtle with like cannons on its back and stuff like that. That's how I view these 3 fragrances. All of them are fantastic, and they pull amazing reactions. I would say that for price point, Spicebomb Extreme is the best out of these options, just because the way that this performs, the longevity, and the scent trail is like, well, easily over 8 hours, right? This is a loud fragrance. It's loud sexy is how I would categorize it. But it is a bit sharp. You know, it is a bit rough around the edges because it is like a bold scent that it might be a bit too intense for some people smelling it off the bat, right? But in the air, that's where this scent shines. When like you pass by somebody, or you're just talking and like someone's next to you, it's like, yo, you smell really nice. You know what I'm saying? So this is a great scent. 1899 Hemingway by Histoire de Parfums. This one is the more soft, sensual, sexy. This is the date night, classy, refined fragrance between these 2 right here. Okay, so this is if you're trying to have a night that you both want to remember and forget. And this is a night with somebody that you really love. Or just maybe something a bit more toned down. You know, a scene that's not just like, you're not going too hard. You're chilling. You're chilling. That's 1899 Hemingway by Histoire de Parfums. This one's a bit classier than good old Spicebomb Extreme. And lastly, is Rehab by Initio. I love this shit. Oh my God, it's on my arm right now and I can't get enough of it. But this fragrance brings out the best of these 2 in this right here. And that's just my opinion on it. Honestly, there are some people that don't get the similarities with either of these 3, but to me, it's just like right away off the bat, I was like, yeah, these are all in the same family. These are cousins, you know what I'm saying? But this fragrance right here works for both the occasions that I said previously for these 2. So this works in like a clubbing, loud environment, you know what I mean, if you are trying to be noticed, but at the same time, it's not a scent that's going to be off-putting when you smell it up close, because this one gets the attention, but if you get too close to it, some people, I'm saying some people, might think you're like, okay, well, that tobacco's a bit heavy, the spice is a bit heavy, it's a bit, like it makes my nose kind of pull away for a little bit, but in the air, it's better. This one, people don't really notice, like when you're walking by them. It's when like you give them hugs and stuff like that. So it's not much of an attention getter, but this brings out the best of both worlds with that. It's a scent that if you smell it from a distance, the closer and closer you get to it, even if you're in my neck, it's still gonna be an enjoyable scent. Like I had my sister smell this today. She grabbed my arm and she was like, oh my God, wow, that smells so good. And like her nose was on it like that. And I asked her like if she smelled it on me, and she's like, yeah, I can sort of smell it. So it was just like, this is a scent. And by the way, you might think that it doesn't last that long, because to me, I think I went nose blind to it. I was like, oh yeah, this thing is gone, and it was 4 hours. Right now it's about 6, but I smell it on myself. It's like on and off. It teases you. You know what I mean? So this is a fragrance that I would be careful over spraying if you think you can't smell it on yourself, because like it'll pop back up. Like it'll surprise you and you'd be like, oh shit, I just reapplied, but I like, you know what I mean? It might get too strong. So it sneaks up on you a little bit. But yes, this fragrance works for pretty much everything. You know what I'm saying? I do think that this is versatile enough for spring weather, and I might be alone in that. I might be an outlier, but it's all good. It's all good. I could see how people would categorize this as a fall winter fragrance, but for me, this is 3 seasons, even 4 seasons for summer nights, easily. So, like I mentioned before, you know what, let me just say my favorite out of these 3 right here is Rehab by Initio. Hands down. I love this. I'm going to be wearing it a lot. The one that's the best price point though is Spicebomb Extreme by Viktor and Rolf. Like, if it was me going out, like looking at reviews and trying to buy a bottle, I know $330 is like, that's a bit steep. Unless you want to get like a decant, I'll link something in my bio where you can get like a 8 ml for like $35 or something like that. The 8 ml is the size, oh no, here it is. Is it this one? Yeah, it's the size of these right here. So it's pretty solid. It's pretty solid. But yeah, my least favorite out of the 3 would be 1899 Hemingway by Histoire de Parfums. It's good, but it doesn't wow me that much personally. So anyways, let me know what out of these 3 is your favorite. And the last thing I wanted to note is that this fragrance, I know I mentioned that it had tobacco in as a note, right? In the first video I made of it, I thought it smelled like tobacco, but there's no tobacco. It's just straight up spices. So yeah, love this a lot. The tobacco is very prominent here though. Anyways, have a good one. Yeah, let me know what you think of these fragrances, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.